Well, for the first time since February 22nd, the Idaho Steelheads hit the ice tonight down at the Idaho Central Arena after playing 6 straight games on the road. They open up a 5-game homestand against the Tahoe Night Monsters coming up at 7:10 p.m. Cam McGuire here alongside head coach Everett Sheen. Well, heck, let's just get right into the topic. Finally at home. You guys return back on Sunday, practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday over at Ice World with the basketball wrapping up here in the building. So first day back in this building in, geez, almost a month.
Yeah, it feels nice. I didn't even recognize my office there. So, it's kind of weird being home but not being able to practice on a rink. And I know a lot of teams go through it. We're just fortunate enough we don't have to leave very often, but it's definitely good to be back home.
Let's look back at last week, a pretty successful trip for you guys, 5-0 shutout win to open up the series in Kansas City on Wednesday night. Ben Cross making 27 saves for his second shutout. You guys followed up with another strong performance, 6-2 win on Friday night. You dropped the series finale 7-3 on Saturday, but you come back with the series win and 4 of 6 points. It was a really good series, wasn't it?
It was good. Anytime you can take 2 of 3 on the road against a team is good, let alone the first place team in our division. So I thought we did well. We even had a chance there to win the third one late in the third, and just kind of got a little squirrely there towards the end. But I like the way our guys competed all week.
A lot of roster moves this week, one of them including Connor McEachern signing another tryout with the AHL's Iowa Wild. So you're without your leading goal scorer heading into the weekend, but you guys have had a lot of goals come from a lot of different places. We've seen Ty Pelton-Bice pick up 22 this year. Brendan Hoffman will be back in tonight after missing last week's series with an illness. He's got 21. But, aside from guys like that have accumulated a lot of goals this season, you've had a lot of depth in scoring as well, and that was on display in Kansas City, including Patrick Moynihan, Connor Punnett scoring a pair of goals on Friday night. Francesco Arcuri, who we've seen over the last year and a half, can put the puck in the net, 2 goals on Saturday. So coming down the stretch here, depth in scoring and getting that depth throughout the lineup is probably a big piece for you guys.
It's huge. You need all your guys, contributing at this time of year, especially making a push into the playoffs. And not just your big guns. We want to be a team that is a threat no matter who's on the ice to score goals. And I think that Jade Miller line has really been driving a lot of offense. They've been playing quite well. And like I said, when you can get contributions up and down the lineup, it's going to be a help any night.
Well, goal scoring for you guys has been a strong suit pretty much all year. And looking back at that series against Kansas City, 5 goals Wednesday, 6 Friday, that's 11, adding 3, 14, doing some mental math there. But, heading into that series, Kansas City was one of the top defensive teams in the league. And in terms of an offensive game and an offensive style for you, what works so well for you guys to have that much success against a high-caliber defensive club?
I think we did a really good job limiting their transition offense in the first 2 games, and then making them have to play in their own zone for extended periods of time. No matter what team you are, if you're having to defend for 45, a minute and a half at a time, guys can get tired and make mistakes. And I thought we did a really good job of that, and then ultimately capitalize on our opportunities.
Ben Cross back with the Steelheads, reassigned earlier this morning. He'll make the start here tonight. He started 8 of the last 9 games. We talked about him last week in Kansas City, but 3 straight wins for him, and a guy that you've kind of seen his confidence throughout the year grow, and you guys are going to need that down the stretch.
Big time. It's a huge boost getting Crosby back this weekend. We weren't sure on his status, but he's been playing tremendous hockey, and we've been seeing the results. So as long as he keeps playing confident and the boys play confident in front of him, we're in a good spot.
Well, let's look at this series against the Tahoe Night Monsters, a club that you've seen 6 times this year. Haven't seen them since Thanksgiving week. Picked up a series win, 2-1 here in Boise. Dropped 2 of 3 games there earlier in the season. But so what? It's been months and months since we've seen him now, and now we're going to see him 6 times over the next games. And these are big points on the line. We know the standings, the playoff picture, and I wouldn't say must-win games here, but these are much-needed wins.
Much needed, especially this time of year with a team we're chasing for that 4th and final playoff spot. And we need to make sure we're coming ready to go. These are going to be 6 of our next 9 are against Tahoe, and these are all going to be playoff atmosphere, playoff type games, and we can't afford to take a night off.
Well, in terms of a preparation week, we mentioned 3 practices, no game on Wednesday, which always isn't the case. So you get a little, breathing room coming out of that essentially 2-week road trip. And with this team that you haven't seen in a while, I'm sure there was a little bit more studying that was needed to be done heading into tonight.
Yeah, we watched video on them all week. worked on in practice, points of emphasis that we want for this series coming up. And they're a good team. They're a dynamic team. They can score goals. But just like any team, like I said earlier with Kansas City, we have to make sure we're making them defend, limiting our turnovers at the blue line, and limiting their transition offense.
There you have it. That's Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Sheeners, always appreciate the time. Best of luck and have some fun tonight.
Thanks for having me, Cam.